Knowledge Cee TV. I'm here with Wayne Jones from Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. That's a dope name, man. How you came up with that?
Well, it came from the fact that my parent company, Wayne Management Company, got a little bit too big for the music. So what I had intended to do was create a division. And I didn't want it to be called Wayne. I already had a company named Wayne. So I came up with the name because, number one, I am black. And the lion part came up from the fact that I'm a Leo. So that's where I came up with the Black Lion. Originally it came up as Black Lion Entertainment. But come to find out, someone else out there had that name. So I added Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. There was nobody that had that, and I claimed it.
You put an LLC on that, or?
Not yet.
Not yet?
It's under the parent company, which is Wayne Management Company.
Okay.
Wayne Management Company practically owns everything. So, including Black Lion Entertainment Music Group.
Alright. And where you from?
Brooklyn, right here.
What part of Brooklyn?
Right here, Crown Heights. I grew up 6 blocks away from here. Well, let me say this. I learned how to be friends with people living in Bushwick over on Linden Street. When I moved over here, Franklin Avenue taught me how to be a man, to be honest with you.
How?
Because of the way it was. You're either going to fall victim or you're going to come out on top. And coming out on top could be many things in this area.
And how was it growing up?
For me, growing up, especially once I got over here, and my problem was I wanted to be a part of each and every single time. And because I wanted to be a part of, that led me down a lot of different roads. Some of them I'm not happy about, but it was a learning experience. I was addicted to drugs. You know, I drank, I lied, I stole right here in this area, up and down this area. You know, it wasn't until I realized that I had more to myself. And I went away to Texas, got clean. Came back here and went right into what I was doing. You know, I had to change my ways, I had to change my career path, I had to do things differently.
Right. And what are some things you did after you came back?
After I came back, one of the things I did was find a good, decent job with a lot of room for advancement. I worked at Con Edison for about 5 years. After that, I bounced around from temp agency to temp agency, and I finally landed a gig with former attorney C. Vernon Mason. And I stayed with him for about a year, and then I wound up leaving him. And then I went on and started working for a young lady by the name of Sandra Parks. She owned a company at that time called the Daily Blossom. Today it's called Red Maple Leaf Events. And it was through that lady, working with her for over 10 years. That's where I got the acclimate, or should I say the inspiration to one day run my own business.
Okay. And you went to the Army, right?
Yes, I did.
And what you did there?
I was what they call a fire support specialist. In layman terms, that means you was a spy.
Okay.
You know, I went out ahead of everybody. I went out ahead of infantry. I went out ahead of artillery. I was mapping coordinates for them to strike. That was my job.
Okay.
You know, map out targets, relay those targets back to the guns or to the infantrymen. And that was basically my job until I got bored with it. And then I went and became an infantryman myself. And that, you know, that for me, I would like to say, for me, I went into the Army because I went for fun. Okay. And the adventure. That's what, it was never meant to be a career. You know, but I wound up sticking around for a while.
What are some what are some valuable lessons you learned from your experience in being in the Army?
Discipline. Okay. You know, strategy. Learn how to plan your moves. Don't let your enemy know what you're doing. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. You know. Let's see. And to be straightforward. You know, just to be straightforward about what you do, how you do it.
Now you're a man of business, right?
Yes, I am.
Tell us about your companies that you've started.
Well, the first company, it starts off way back in Yonkers. A company called WSJ Professional Services. Basically what I did was help people get jobs. I provided their resumes. I held interviews with them, you know, in my interviews, you know, at my home before they went out on the job, and I was pretty much successful. After that, when I moved, I left here and went to Virginia after 9/11. You know, it was just a little bit too much for me. And after I came back, you know, once again I started working with other people, and I decided to launch my own company called Wayne Management Company. The Wayne Management Company started out as a marketing business. My job was basically just to promote other people's products and help them get the sales. And I'll take somewhere between 35 and 40% of the sales. I did pretty well for that. Then a young lady I was with, she decided that she wanted to, you know, pursue her singing career. And I wound up becoming her manager. After a while, because of her, a lot of other people came through. So I went from managing one client to 5, from 5 clients to 7, from 7 clients to 14. And they got a little bit bigger than the parent company. So I had to separate the two, and that's where the launch of Black Line Entertainment Music Group came through. 5 years after I launched Wayne Management Company. That was just supposed to be a division of Wayne Management Company, and it wound up becoming a singular business because it was just getting that big. I had play all over the globe. I had play in Japan, I had play in Germany, I had play in Russia. You know, so it allowed me to get a little pursuant with it. But then May of 2014 happened, and it knocked me out for like 7 months. And it was then that I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and I also found out that I was paralyzed from the waist down.
How did you feel when you heard that news?
I'm not going to front, man. I crashed. I went into depression mode. I didn't want to move forward. You know, to be on your feet for the first 48 years of your life, and then all of a sudden you can no longer walk again. It took a lot out of me. You know, mentally, emotionally, and at times physically. But one night it was a message for me, and that was the best thing I can do was just to sit there and listen. And that's when I realized that I did want to live. And that's when I realized that I'm not going to let this stop me from living my life. So after getting out of the rehabilitation center, I realized that I can no longer do this by myself. I created a staff. And that staff has helped me get this company through some really dark times, some really happy times. We've crashed, we've burned, we fought, you know, we split, you know, it was a lot of different things that we went through. You know, but in the presence of, you know, making sure this company went through, also launched 2 other companies, which was BLEMG Records, and that's a division of Black Line Entertainment Music Group, and also BLEMG Modeling.
And I know your label, y'all won a lot of awards.
Yeah.
What awards you guys won? Like, how did you get like participate in those programs?
Through my network, and everything started through Reverb Nation. And having a profile on there got me connected with somebody from Pose Productions out of Chicago. And I literally worked with them for a while. As a matter of fact, while I was in the hospital, they was one of the only people that really stuck by me. And they have this yearly award show. It's called the Exposing Music Awards. And basically, we have a total of maybe 15 awards from them. But as far as the big awards, like for Hip Hop Album of the Year, that came from Post Productions in 2016 and 2017. I've been nominated for the Southern Coalition Music Awards out of Tennessee. I've been nominated for the Academia Music Awards on a number of occasions. And I'm just blessed because I have an artist that entrusts me to get them to this point. I do none of this by myself. I thank my artist for allowing me. You know, and you know, that's basically it. But you know, as far as my companies, do I have any ambitions of starting another company? That all depends how things go for me physically. One thing I will never do again is place a business before my health. That's the reason why everything, my body crashed and burned in the first place.
And how did you find all these artists to, like, you know, help you out? When
I started managing Black Cherry, who's now the CEO of Black Lion Entertainment Music Group, her real name is Cynthia Robinson. A lot of people came through her. By her connecting me to these people, a lot of people came to me. One person even searched me out on Google because he wanted to work with me. That's, you know, I'm blessed because a lot of people have come to me. One thing I don't do is go, you know, knocking on people's door, begging them, yo, let me work with you. You're going to make that decision. I'm not going to help you make that decision. You know, my awards, my reputation, it speaks for itself. You know, now, am I the best? No, I'm not. There's other people out there that you can work with. But if you work with me, I guarantee you I'm going to give it my all. And a lot of people allowed me to work with them, and I got to the point where I had a total of 14 hours. You know, I'm just blessed that they allowed me to get them to these awards, you know.
And what are some words of advice you would give somebody that want to start their own label?
Be patient, do research. This is not a 9-to-5. The music industry is not a 9-to-5, it's more like a 24/7. You know, you have to grind if you want to make it to the top. You know, you have to brand yourself. You have to brand the company that you're representing. You have to network. You know, you're not going to be able to do this by yourself. I got away with it because I was selfish. I don't suggest it for nobody.
And what do you mean by selfish?
Everything I did by myself with Wayne Management Company. When I launched a Wayne Management Company by myself. Every piece of work I ever did with Wayne Management Company, I did. I handled the accounting, I handled the marketing, I handled the advertising. It was the same thing when I launched Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. It was never intended to have a staff. But when my health took a turn, that's when I realized I couldn't do this by myself. And I was not going to allow the disease of cancer stop me from living my life and achieving my dreams.
And why would somebody want to be a part of your label?
Again, because I work hard. You know, I can get people to places they didn't think they can get to. You know, and that's both here domestically and internationally. You know, you get an honest person with me. I'm not here to rob you because I'm not a major label. But I'm going to support you like a major label is supposed to. And a lot of times, I get your okay before I do anything. You know, I'm just very upfront with artists. I just keep things on the up and up with artists. You know, for 5 years, I've helped promote music and didn't ask for a dime. Have I made money? Yes. Especially in my first year of Wayne Management Company. You know, but like I said, this is a 24/7 type of business. You know, you have to be on your P's and Q's for this.
Okay. And what projects are you working on right now?
Well, for 2019, basically I'm planning on introducing a new artist somewhere between February and March. She's a female rapper out of Connecticut. Her name is Buddha, and I plan on releasing her somewhere between February and March. I just dropped a 5-year anniversary mixtape. You know, I just wanted people to see the music that we've been putting out over the years. You know, any other projects right now is going to come from after having a big executive meeting with my staff, with my president, my CEO, my chief operating officer, you know, because I really think that it's time for us to take this company in the direction to start recouping some of the money we've already let go.
I hear that. Now, you worked with a lot of people, like in China, Russia. Spoke about that. How did you get connected with these people? Just networking online?
Networking online.
Revert Nation?
Revert Nation, Post Productions, Music Factory, Music Lab, you know, just basically joining certain sites, promoting my music on those sites, and then connecting with certain people, you know, and through certain people, I've had the opportunity to have my music introduced all over the world, simply by sitting at home in front of my computer. You know, I just thank God that my music, the music that I've helped promote from some of these artists went as far as it did. You know, my CEO, Cynthia Robinson, her stage name is Black Cherry. Her song was first released in 2009. Between 2009 and 2010, the money we made came from overseas. And she did pretty good with her song. If people go looking for a mixtape, you know, like I said, I just released the BLEMG 5-year anniversary mixtape, and her song was on there. You know, that's basically what I'm trying to keep focused right now, because my main focus for me is my health. That's my main focus. You know, because quite frankly, no matter how successful I've been, if it comes to it, yes, I will shut it down for a minute to take care of me. I've had to do it before. If I have to, I'll do it again. You know, but this time is that, once again, I now have a staff. I have a team. And everybody that's on this team helps me. You know, yeah, that's it.
So how you got these people to help you out? You did some motivational speeches? What's up? Basically,
you know, when I got out of the nursing home back in 2014, November, December of that year, I did an interview with 2 local radio. And that interview for them at that time was one of the most listened to or most played interview, because of the story I got to tell. I got to tell how I almost died. I got to tell how I was depressed and I didn't want to do nothing. You understand? I got to tell how me and God made a pact, and He helped me. So for that, that's it. That's what it was.
And what are some words of advice you give somebody that's suffering with prostate cancer, even cancer? You know, that's something crazy.
Listen to your doctors, number one.
Nigga,
Listen to your doctors, number one.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
All right. Don't think that that's a death sentence. Because quite frankly, you listen to your doctors, and quite frankly, if you change your diet, you can live this life as long as you want. You know, I don't suggest chemotherapy because I didn't do chemotherapy. I had to do radiation. It wasn't that serious for me. You know, and quite frankly, I think no one needs chemotherapy, no matter how bad it is. You know, don't stop living your life. You know, don't shut people out. Most importantly, your family, those closest to you. And just change certain things in your life. For me, it was smoking. I had to quit smoking cigarettes. I had no other choice. I had prostate cancer. What am I going to do? Smoke on top of it? Not me. You know, just continue to live your life. Just pay closer attention to your health. Pay attention to your numbers. Pay attention to your medications and listen to your doctors.
And how did you mentioned depression? Now that's something big in our community.
Yeah, for me, it was because I lost my legs. I lost the use of my legs. You know, for me, I went into depression because I had pushed absolutely everybody away. So I ain't have nobody to reach out to. You know, I got real lonely. I got real sad. You know, and depression can really do some damage to your body. And I was so depressed, I was sent from the rehabilitation facility to the hospital because they didn't think that I was going to come back. They thought I was really going to die. But, like I said, because of the agreement that I made with God, I'm not giving up on my life. You know, so I had to snap out of that depression. The very first person I reached out to was, at that time, my girlfriend. She was the first person to still be there by my side, you know, after everything I had put her through. You know, she was the first person that helped give me that motivation, you know, and it took another person to help me get out of that depression. You know, for me, it was just the people closest to me, and at that time, she was the closest person in my life. You know, so yeah, that's how I got out of depression.
Just talking, you know.
Talking, opening my mouth, letting people in. But that's what it takes. It takes you letting people in so that they can help you. That's how you get out of depression. You have to talk to somebody. You didn't want to talk to a doctor, fine, neither did I. But I found somebody closest to me that knows absolutely everything about me. And that's how I did it.
And you don't have, like, with your companies and everything, you know, you didn't do it all by yourself. With some names, you know, you want to shout out anybody that helped you out?
Well, first and foremost is the young lady I was just talking about, Cynthia Robinson. Her former's name is Black Cherry. She was, at the time, my rock. Even after, you know, we separated and went our separate ways, she still remained a rock for me. My cousin, Farrell, he was another one that supported me throughout my whole time. My cousin Farrell Gamo, he called me every day. You know, my brother Richard, you know, and even the young lady in my life today. You know, without this person in my life, I don't know where I'd be right now. You know, this young lady means the world to me. You know, she's out in South Carolina, in Florence, South Carolina. You know, it's been 33 years since I've seen this young lady, but she's come back into my life and allowed me in. And yes, I've opened the door and allowed her into my life. You know, and because of that, because of the support I get from her. That's what helps me. That's what drives me. You know, that list is a very long list. I can go on and on and on. You know, but if I had to say the most closest people, yeah. Cynthia Robinson, my brother Richard Gary, my cousin Valerie Ramo, and my baby K-Ron.
You're doing your thing, man. And how can we hear the mixtape you just dropped? 5 years.
Go to that tip. I'm going to launch it on Facebook through my company page, which is Black Line Entertainment Music Group. I'm also going to put it on my personal page. Well, I've already released it on my personal page, but it's on that tip. And it's called BLEMG 5. You know, just something simple. 5. You know, I will probably put it out on other platforms. I haven't made my decision about that.
And one more question. Alright, so you mentioned a lot of small music streaming websites. How is Revert Nation and all those other websites different from like SoundCloud, you know, YouTube? The community's different? What's up?
It's the communities that's different. You have some serious people on Revert Nation. You know, BonesProductions.com, that's another site just like Revert Nation, but they have awards every year. Every month they give out awards. And then they bring all those back for one big show in Chicago every single year. And they've been growing. You know, I've been able to have websites and streaming services literally drop in my lap. You know, I have 2 artists right now that have released music on Spotify, on iTunes, on Apple Music, on Google Play. You know, and that's my goal for next year. I want to release 3 artists next year.
Okay. How many mixtapes you dropping next year?
None.
None?
This is the last mixtape I do for free. Everything else you will have to pay for.
Business is business, man. Ain't shit
I did
free.
it for 5 years for free.
Yeah.
You know, I can't do that anymore. You know, because things are more expensive. Every year it gets more expensive to do things. You know, and without those certain contacts and people in your life, that's about it.
Now, are you in school? How did you learn how to like edit music and everything?
I started back to school back in April 2018 because I wanted to provide another service without sending people out to third parties. You know, so I'm going to Full Sail University right now, and I'm studying audio production. And I've learned how to do a lot of things through that class. And like I said, I'm just coming up on the end of my first year. But I've learned a lot, and I look forward to learning more, but then I'll be able to provide another platform for the artists that I'm helping.
Now, you feel school is essential for the music industry?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. All the time. You know, let me say something, man. When I was a kid, going in high school, after my first 2 years in high school, I just went bonkers in my junior and sophomore and senior years. You know, I didn't want to sit in nobody's class. I was running on the track team. I was playing on the baseball team. That's all I wanted to do. Forget class, forget the chorus, forget social studies, math, forget all that. You know, and I still made it into college. You know, but it's when I got to college, that's when I realized that this is important. Because I didn't get to play professional baseball when I was my dream. I didn't get to do that. What if I didn't pay attention in college? I would have nothing.
Yeah.
So education for me is very important. I tell that to anybody. I've had artists come up to me that was 14, 15 years old. You need parental consent to come work with me. And then on top of that, you have to maintain a certain average. If you're not maintaining that average, I can't help you. But what I'm not going to have on my team is somebody that can't count or anything else like that.
And where do you feel that artists mess up in? Like, you know, say how they advertise, how they make their music, their production. Where they messing up at?
Their grammar. To be honest with you, see, a lot of the artists that's out today, you have really good artists. There's artists that's in the underground that's better than any mainstream artist that's out right now. You know, but they can't get to that level because one thing, you have to learn how to speak. You have to learn how to be professional. You can make great music, but if you're not professional, you're just going to be stuck. You can't grow. You know, you have to learn how to talk to people. You have to be respectable. You know, the music industry, although there's a lot of people from the streets, it is not the streets. You know, and unfortunately, there's been many times where the streets have come to the music industry and caused a lot of pain. You know, but that's why the music industry is the way they are now. If you can't talk a simple sentence, they don't want to deal with you. And I'm talking about the major labels.
Gotta know how to entertain them too.
Music can entertain them, that's all great. But if you can't hold a 10-minute conversation, man,
useless.
What is that?
Yeah.
What is that? You can be the most lyrical person on the planet. If you can't hold a 10-minute conversation, and I had to learn that the hard way. You know? I had to learn that the hard way.
And how'd you learn that?
By being shut out. By being shut out. I learned that from a young lady by the name of Sandra Parks. She shut me out for a while. You know, she wouldn't give me no referrals, she wouldn't give me no references. You know, and that's when I realized that I had to change my attitude. You know, and then when I got to college and I started taking my business courses, that also helped change a lot of me. Yeah, it snuck up there when I started Wayne Management Company, but I didn't let it take it over.
So you learned a lot in school.
Yeah, my first 4 years, yeah. You know, and I came out into the real world and applied a lot of the things that I learned in, in school. And it helped me throughout the years, especially being able to speak eloquently. Again, Sandra Parks played a big part in that because she sent me to school to speak. She paid for it so that I can learn how to speak. That's where it changed for me.
So after you took that speech class, your communication skills got better.
And it opened many more doors.
Okay. In the professional world.
Yes.
I hear that, man. You're doing it.
Well, that's what's helped me, man.
It's a lot of experience, you know.
I'm just being grateful. I've been able to do a lot of things in 53 years. You know what I'm saying? And I can honestly say I've done more. Like the old Army quote used to be saying, I do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. And I lived by that code. I had to change that code for me as I got older. You know, but that's what it was for me.
So what's your sleeping schedule?
That all depends. That really all depends. You know, as of late I've been sick, so I've been going to bed early. You know, just trying to let this cold run its course. You know, but there are times that I can go to sleep as early as 9 o'clock and as late as 3. And it doesn't make a difference. I am still up at 4:30 in the morning.
It's a grind right there.
It's the only way I know how to do it.
I mean, look at the awards. It speaks for itself, man. You know?
Yeah, man.
Website, everything. You gonna Google first 2 pages, 3 pages.
That's my goal, bro. That's my goal.
You're ready there, man. You know, you're gonna get there even more. I see you way up there 2 years from now.
I appreciate you, man.
So, anything else you want to tell us?
Don't give up on your dreams. If you made a plan for your life, don't let nothing stop you from getting there. Because the only person that can stop you from getting there is you.
I hear that. And how can we find you online?
My website is www.BLEMG.com. Stands for Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. I'm on SoundCloud, Jamel766. I'm on YouTube, Wayne Enterprises LLC. I'm all over Facebook. I have the Wayne Management page on Facebook. I have the Black Lion Entertainment Music Group page on Facebook. I have the BLEMG Records page on Facebook. My email is ceo@blemg.com. Hit me up if you need some help.
Alright, Knowledge Cee TV, we out. Peace.